For BWYellowJackets.com, I'm Brendan Gulick. Let's get ready for this week in Yellow Jacket athletics. And it's a fairly light week as students come back on campus to start the second semester. It's a week full of basketball with a little bit of swimming and some wrestling as well. And let's dive right into it. Wednesday night, where the Yellow Jackets on the basketball court, both men and women's teams competing. The women's team's going to be in Ada playing against the number 10 ranked team in the country, the Ohio Northern Polar Bears, who are the defending conference champions after they made a great run in the NCAA tournament a year ago. Ohio Northern beat Marietta this past weekend, and so now the Polar Bears are the number 1 team in the OAC entering competition this week. So it's a big week for Baldwin Wallace, who's coming off of a nice win against Wilmington as well. We'll see if the Yellow Jackets can find a way to keep things moving in the right direction. But again, a tough opponent this week. Wednesday night, 7:30 in Ada against Ohio Northern. On the men's side, they're going to play Ohio Northern here at home on Wednesday night. It's a 7 o'clock tip-off against the Polar Bears. This senior class is 4-4 against Ohio Northern in the first 3 years' worth of meetings. Reason why they've played 8 games over 3 years. The Yellow Jackets have played Ohio Northern in each of the last 2 OAC tournaments, and they've beaten them both times, including the most recent time when BW knocked them off in the quarterfinal round last winter. So BW meets Ohio Northern for the first time in men's basketball here this season. That's at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night at home. Meanwhile, on Friday, the swimming teams compete. They'll swim against Malone, both the men's and women's swimming and diving teams. It's their first opportunity to swim since their trip to Florida last week, so hopefully they'll compete well against Malone University on Friday. Saturday, you've got the wrestling team and the basketball teams in competition. The wrestling team had a terrific week last week, and in today's poll released by the National Wrestling Coaches Association, Baldwin Wallace's D3 wrestling team is now up to 6th in the country. They're having another fabulous year. The 2-time reigning OAC champions, now 6th in the nation. They're going to be wrestling in a big meet out at Manchester University on Saturday morning, so good luck to the wrestling team. On Saturday, the basketball teams will square off with the Otterbein Cardinals. On the men's side, at least entering midweek play, Otterbein is the only team in the conference that's still winless. They're 0-13, but they've played pretty well despite having a bad record. We'll see if the Cardinals give the Yellow Jackets a tough game Saturday in Westerville. It's a 2 o'clock tip-off for the men on the road. The ladies will host Otterbein on Saturday. It's a 3 o'clock tip-off inside Ersprung Gymnasium. So, men's and women's basketball Wednesday and Saturday, swimming on Friday, and wrestling on Saturday. And that's your look at BW Yellow Jacket athletics this week. Of course, we'll have everything we can to help keep you in tune with those teams right here on BWYellowJackets.com.